afternoon, evening, nighttime, Random County. We are back with another episode of the Random and Real Podcast. I am Spooky Suki, and I am here with a compressed zip file. A super compressed zip file.
Oh, no.
Under compression.
And that's why it's not coming through very well.
That would be an interesting way to do it.
There is a digital art form that's based off of the JPEGification of things.
Oh,
because
right.
like JPEGs, like they naturally like will compress and save, but like there's always some loss there.
If you have it set that way.
Well, I mean, you could probably set it to like lose less, but like the standard thing, like as you save.
Yeah.
And so the idea is you end up with like just like 8 pixels.
Yeah, yeah.
And you have to like kind of figure out what it is. Like there's a little bit of
Pixel art.
Yeah.
That's fun. I didn't know that. No.
Yeah.
So tell me what you were gonna say.
Oh, ear cramps. Yeah. Well,
before we started recording.
Yeah, before we started.
I've never had an ear cramp in my life.
Well, it's okay. It's not actually like your ear like cramps up, but it's like if you don't have $500 headphones, and you wear them for extended periods of time, like your ears start to hurt because they're getting pressed on. Especially these that I have here, they're circumoral, so they go all the way around.
Yeah.
If you have ones that just like this press onto your ears.
Oh, see, I can't do those.
Yeah, because you get ear cramps.
No, I can't do those because I have piercings.
Oh, okay, same difference.
So if I wear something that presses on where my ear bar is for too long, it gets... my ear bar is really weird, and I have to take it out sometimes. Most of the time I sleep with it in. I'll say that. But sometimes I have to take it out because I get like a wound in the middle overnight.
Oh, because it like a little rub.
Because apparently it must rub or press on it just right.
Oh man, it sounds like.
So then I have to take it out for a couple of days.
Didn't you do that one yourself?
No, I did my nose myself. I will not do ear stuff myself.
I thought you did your eyebrow yourself too.
No, I've never had an eyebrow.
I thought you had an eyebrow.
No, never
Really?
had an eyebrow. I did want to get one, but after everything that I've heard about them, I don't want to fucking get one anymore.
Well, you can find horror stories of any piercings. Like, oh yeah, if like you pierce your tongue, but you actually hit the nerve, then like your neck, like you lose all like function in your neck. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, the problem with eyebrow piercings is you move your eyebrows a lot.
Yeah.
And that is not good. That's not good eats for healing anything. So they migrate a lot, and they're just not maybe the best ones. And you could get eyebrow scarring and whatnot, and
That's like part of the thing.
They're not very good eats.
It's all about
eyebrows.
the pain.
No, I'm not about piercings migrating. Fuck that.
There's a chick that I used to work with when I washed cars for a living that she had like her knuckle pierced.
Yeah,
like
people
the webbing
get
of her.
those dermals is what they're called.
Yeah. Well, no, it was just like a curved barbell. Like it just went through like the webbing like in between her fingers.
Oh, what the fuck?
But no, like somebody used to be related to had them like in her like the dimples in her back. She had dermals.
Yeah, dermal. No, thank you. I'm pro piercing all the time. People get whatever piercing you want, whatever. I will not do a dermal. Absolutely not.
Isn't it like corkscrewed?
They're weird. I don't know. I've never I have no desire to know anything
like an
about
arrowhead
them.
where like it expands on the inside.
I don't know. I don't want to know. I want nothing to do with them. I will probably get my other lip piercing sometime.
Oh, the other half of your snake bite that you haven't had?
No, I'm not getting snake bites.
Oh, 2 on one side?
Yeah. That's the design thing to do.
Tommy Cheeseburger had snake bites.
Yeah.
Do you not remember him? He was before your time.
No, we went and saw him in Kansas City. You don't remember that? You ho. Anyway.
A couple times we've been to Kansas City.
No, not snake bites. Both on one side. And now that I've got this special nose ring that looks like I have 2 piercings, I kind of want to get 2 piercings now. But we shall see what I get up to. But yeah, I did my nose myself because some girls I was hanging out with, we were all going to do it one night. And I got mine done, and they never did theirs. I was like, you know what? Fuck it.
Terminator used to have a nose piercing, didn't she?
Yeah, but hers wasn't quite in the right spot, so it didn't.
I thought it was like in like the corner, not like a septum or like an outer. It was like the, I don't know what the hell.
I don't know. They didn't put it in the right spot. Oh. It's like I could have done a better job than that.
Like
fine.
Parent Trap style with the ice cube and the.
That's how I did mine. I whittled a ice cube down to fit into my nose. And had some Jaeger. That's how I got it done.
How old were you? 15?
Fuck if I know.
God.
16 probably. I had booze. It was fun. I don't know. It probably hurt a lot, but actually, no. You know what? It did hurt a lot because I got it through the skid.
Yeah.
And I got
it didn't go all the way through, so I had to like push.
I got it to the cartilage, and I was like, "Oh, this kind of sucks."
And
and I was like, "All right, well, here we go." And stabbed that trucker through, and it was just a sewing needle. It wasn't even like the good needle with
it wasn't sharp.
It didn't have because most of the time when you get a piercing, you get a needle with a punch in it.
Oh yeah, so
it'll take out.
Takes a hole.
Yeah, no, I just shoved a sewing needle through my nose. What a great time. I'd probably do it again, but if I'm gonna get a second one, I'm gonna have it professionally done though, so it gets spaced right. Yeah. Is my issue. Because I'm not very good at that.
I don't have any like personal body modifications like that.
I mean, you have tattoos. That counts.
Oh yeah, but that's not auto body modification.
Oh, you haven't done them yourself.
No.
I don't know. Would you get a nose piercing? I feel like you'd be a nose piercing kind of guy.
For a long time, I wanted snake bites or tongue piercing, but I never.
Oh. I
never did.
I feel like you'd be a nose ring kind of guy. I think that would be all right.
I touch my face all the time.
That is better. I poke mine all the time. It's not a big deal. Not as big of a deal as you think. No, I think you'd be a nose piercing guy. I think that'd be all right.
I don't know.
It'd give you some character.
I'll have you know, I have plenty of character.
Because you need more razzle dazzle.
I am a fucking character, all right?
Because that's probably the last thing you need is more razzle dazzle.
Yes.
I don't know. I think it'd be cool. You should think about it a little bit. Just thinking about it a little bit.
Jesus God.
I have plenty of sewing needles.
Nope, not from you.
Why?
I actually, well, no, you'd have to like prove to me that you're good. Like I'd probably do like a.
Mine's perfect. What are you talking about? Mine turned out delightful.
Yeah. Yeah.
See?
No.
What? Do I need to pierce something else myself so you'll believe me?
Like
I don't know what else.
The flap of your neck.
I don't know what else I'd get. Is the problem? I'm not doing my lip myself because that is insane opaque.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I guess I could do my other nose one myself and see how it goes. I'm not good at I can't look at it and I have to look at a mirror and I feel like that'd be even harder to do. That's why I'd get that one professionally done too. Maybe I should just get them both done at the same time. That sounds like a terrible time. Don't do that.
What's the healing timeline for something like that? Like a week? You're good to go?
I don't know.
I'm also not what part of your body.
I'm not the bench line to go off of because
because you have a stupid high tolerance for pain and all this bullshit.
Weird, yeah. I heal pretty quickly too.
But also, it takes you forever to heal.
No. I'm pretty quick at healing, I think.
So you are a vampire.
Would drinking somebody's blood actually help me out?
God damn it.
Would that help me? Is that my problem?
It doesn't.
I feel like that's the wrong texture. I don't think I'd like that texture.
I think that, well, yeah, there's a little bit, there's metallic taste of it, of course, but I think it's because it's warm. Like a thick, warm.
Oh, I'm fine with warm.
But I don't know, maybe it'd be all right. Cold would also be kind of weird.
I feel like colder would be worse. Because then it'd be more viscous. I think we're thinking about this too hard. We have a problem. Yeah, I don't know what else I'd get pierced. I guess I'd get more rings.
On your ear?
On my other ear. I get rings on my other ear. I feel like that would suck more, though. Ears definitely suck more. Because you have to sleep on them if you're a side sleeper, which I am.
Yeah.
which is the problem I'm running into with my current piercing. Woo!
That you've had forever.
Yeah, I have had it forever now. I haven't gotten any piercings for a long time. What am I doing with my life? But yeah, I forgot what the hell we were talking about now. Oh,
ear cramps.
Yeah, so back around to where we were. I do get like earbuds hurt my ear canals if I wear them too much. Do you have that problem?
Yeah, I also have them, like, I think I have greasy earwax.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so, like, they don't stay in all the time. It's like, no, these stay in forever. It's like, yeah, if you don't drink any fucking water.
My ears are disgusting.
I'm probably, like, way due to get mine, like, irrigated. Have you seen those things? Like, headphones that you put on, this is, like, shoots water in your ears.
Well, and there's, like, the ear candling thing, too.
Yeah, that's, like, old school, though. That's, like, 1800s.
That's fine. Get fired as close as possible to me.
Yeah, to your face.
Of course. I would do the ear candling, I think. I should do that, actually, because my ears
that was like
gross.
Was that like a treatment for, like, the bubonic plague or something like that?
What?
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, it's old school. Like, it's like medieval medicine.
Well, shit, I'm way more of a fan of it now. That's so cool.
It didn't do anything for them. The bubonic plague had nothing to do with the ears.
I'm sure it cleaned their ears nice and shiny.
So then they can hear the screams of the dead.
Yeah. Of course. But, I mean, I wear headphones a lot, too, though. Is probably part of my problem.
Yeah.
There are times when we were practicing frequently as a band, and I wore my in-ear monitors every time. There would be a time or two where I would take one out of my ear, and my ear would start bleeding.
Dear God. Like, it's in there so long, it's like becomes one with you.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like a combination of, like, I put the, and I think I was using like the memory foam ear tips. And I don't know if the memory foam ear tips, like, attached itself to my disgusting earwax, which also attached itself to my skin, and then ripped all of it out.
Back in the day when I wrote it for the band, I know the drummer did, and I want to say their singer had, well, at the time, the height of technology for earbuds was Shure E5s.
Yeah.
They still make them now, and I'm sure they're like Bluetooth and like 1,000 times better, but...
No, they're the same thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's like the same 1/8" jack?
Yep.
Like, damn.
Because that's what goes into the wireless pack.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and they had like the thing, like it would go under their hair, and like they could pull it tight, so it didn't look like
that's what I got. I got weird Amazon ones.
And putting those in was kind of an art in and of itself because they kind of go upside down and have to like rotate them.
And you got to have the right plugins because they're usually two or three prong plug, and you got to make sure you don't break those in there because they're really fragile. And I know the Shures kind of were a more earbuddy shape, but the ones that I have, they're more ear-formed shape, which is kind of weird. They're the only things I've ever had like that.
Well, these guys, they actually went to like an ear, nose, and throat specialist.
Oh, they got them.
And got them molded.
Oh, then they probably were like what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So it's like they would always stay in, and they would just, they would perfectly fit.
They formed your ears. Yeah. Those are cool.
It's like hearing aids at that point.
Yeah, I got like the Amazon special version of those. So they're just kind of basic formed. But a lot of the lower end Shure buds though for that are more actually like earbud shaped still kind of. Anyways, but yeah, my ears would bleed. I don't think there's anything more metal than that.
I'm kind of cool with my $60 JBLs.
I mean,
earbuds and
my in-ear monitor earbuds were like $80.
I guess, yeah. If I needed monitor earbuds, I'd probably have to get something. I'd actually probably want them wired.
Yeah. I recommend wiring or getting what I have, which is my little FiiO thing where it's a headphone amplifier.
Oh, yeah.
Which is what I use for these when I listen to music through my phone. I cannot recommend that little shit enough. It is amazing. It is so nice. But
is it sitting on your desk over there?
No, I think it's out there because I was using it for sewing the other day and completely killed it.
Well, yeah, because it's basically like it's like an iPod.
It's like iPod shuffle size.
Yeah.
With a little clip. You can take the clip off, but I use the clip. And I wrap my headphone wire around my neck because I'm emo like that. And then I clip the the little thing to it, so it keeps the. It looks pretty cool when I do it. I feel pretty cool.
No one sees you. You're in your own dungeon
I
down
know.
here. No one saw how good I was.
Yeah, I know. Miss my emo looks. I have been getting back to the emo fashions, though, which I'm quite pleased with.
No, that's why I need you to fix my jeans so I can rip them in the correct places instead of in the stupid places where they rip, because they don't. I don't know if they make jeans better or worse, but I feel like
they make them worse these days.
I feel like a good pair of jeans could last me like 7-8 years.
Yeah,
these last me like 2 or 3.
Yeah. So here's the deal: why that is. So a lot of people that make jeans now, they make denim blends. So they blend them with
nylon,
cotton, nylon, depending on who you get them from. They blend them with other stuff. The problem is the other stuff doesn't last as long as the denim does. So it starts to break down pretty quickly, which is kind of a bummer. But the plus side of having a blend is it's stretchier.
Yeah.
You can have
I think these.
You can have shit tighter around your thighs.
Hell yeah.
And you can still move. Because denim is pretty stiff.
Yeah.
It's pretty rigid. So you don't want that for your skinny jeans. You're going to be being a shit in. That's why. Then they'd rip. Then you have to patch them.
So what is the denim zeitgeist? Where do you go to get the good jeans?
I only buy Levi's. But even that's kind of...
Well, it depends on like which ones you get. 'Cause
yeah.
You can get 501s at $130, and you can get 501s at $50.
Yeah, yeah. And that's the blend.
Yeah.
That's the blend. But I don't get 501s. I literally just get I think it's 7-Elevens, actually.
That's not.
The skinny
jeans.
Yep. That is
for the ladies it's different.
Jeans. Yeah. I mean, we have the 501s too. So I think those are actually the same-ish.
Yeah,
they just
they're
come in.
Bitch. Yeah.
They're just lady-sized or whatever. But yeah, over on our side, we have way more options of random shit. But I don't care, because I buy one set of pants.
So I have 501s, 599s, and 595s, I believe, are the ones that I wear.
Yeah, mostly. I think these 700s is when you're getting into the skinny jeans, which is mostly what I have.
I'm not that brave.
I have a few pairs of non-skinny jeans.
Yeah, but you're like thin.
I know. That's the problem. Is like right now, what's fashionable is like these baggy pants going on, and I can't do that.
No, because you're little pants, big shirt. No, you're little pants, little shirt.
I don't
As opposed to little shirt, big pants.
I mean, I'd rather wear like shorts and skirts, but it's cold out here.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, there's Oh, you don't go out to the bar that much.
Do I wear little shirts?
No, you're more like big shirt, little pants, I think.
I do like me some big floppy sleeves.
Yeah. But you wear crop top hoodies.
I don't know. I can't tell you the last time I wore a crop top hoodie. I got that pack of like black V-necks from Target from the men's section, and I just cannot stop fucking wearing them.
Oh, because they're comfy.
I know.
Are they Hanes or are they Fruit Loom?
They are Goodfellow.
Oh.
So they're like nice.
Yeah.
They are nice. I can't stop wearing them, though.
Dude, I have a 100% cotton tee from Old Navy.
Oh, damn.
That I got in like maybe my freshman year in high school. It is still
Holy
the softest,
shit.
nicest t-shirt I've ever had.
Nice.
Like, and it's Old fucking Navy.
Yeah.
Like I bought that thing for $5 15 years ago.
Yeah. Bet you can't find
20
that.
years ago.
You can't find that there now.
Well, no, because Old Navy doesn't exist. They probably do, but I feel like...
They definitely do.
Old Navy at this point is, what if clothes were AI? It's that like, level of just bullshit.
Yeah, and it's like a step above, of Walmart, basically. It's like almost, but not quite on par with Target.
Well, like back in the day, I know like last episode we talked about how like, certain brands become like poverty brands. Like back in the day, like Champion.
Yeah.
That was like a Kmart brand, and now apparently it's like high fashion. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, because I think they got bought by somebody, and then it went.
But like Old Navy was a lower middle class brand. Yeah, yeah. Like my mom, she had 7 kids, and it's like, well, we need jeans for school, so that was when we can get like $15 jeans at Old Navy. Yeah. So we get equipped for like a couple $100.
I would say that they're probably about the same as they were, though. But the quality probably isn't as good, but every Buddy's quality has gone down, so it's still kind of the same, I guess. On a scale, they've probably stayed about the same, but I don't know. I never really went there.
Well, it's the reason why is because capitalism, because all problems can be traced back. It's like tuberculosis.
Yeah.
Like, you can't make something that's high quality that'll last someone a lifetime because you can only sell them one thing. But if you make it break all the time, then they have to keep buying the thing.
We're going to talk about that later too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But I'm thinking, it's like, well, how did they used to do it? Well, again, in the last episode, we talked about Chuck Taylor's. Like, they also made fucking tires.
Yeah.
It's like, they didn't just make one thing. They made like a family of products.
Yeah. Anyway, what am I?
Space news.
I do have space news.
Oh, there was the whole theory that it might be able to be mathematically proven that we are in the middle of a black hole.
Oh, yeah. Didn't I talk about that last time?
Did we?
Who did I talk about that to? I talked about it to someone.
Yeah, but that was like, I mean, that's one of the, I don't know. I like the existential theories like that are absolutely just like.
Well, yeah, it's like we could be in a black hole. We could just be in a simulation. We could be in whatever alternate universe.
No, the simulation one's real.
Okay, fair enough.
Except the company that ran the simulation got sold, and so now it's like a third party that's doing it, and they're not. It's all.
So is this like a Whoville situation, where we're in a tiny computer?
No, do you remember that episode of Love, Death, and Robots where there's a civilization in the freezer?
Yeah,
it's more like that.
I see. Makes sense. That tracks. Anyways, other space news. There is a private company working on a water-powered thruster into the spaces.
Yeah, that's what rockets are.
No,
it's a tank of hydrogen and a tank of oxygen. You mix them together and you get boom.
Yeah, no, because you use rocket fuel. Where do you think rocket fuel comes into play, sir?
Like hydrazine, that's different. But there are like chemical rockets that are just hydrogen and oxygen.
Yeah, no, this is just straight up water.
Just water.
Just water. Straight up water. Nothing added. No no salt and pepper hands. No pizzazzle. Yeah, just straight up water. Which could be cool.
How? Water's heavy.
It didn't explain anything other than that. I'm guessing they're not going to put a lot of news out there about it or about the specifics of it until it's done so other people don't steal it.
I guess.
Because private company. Yeah.
Fair.
Other... are airplanes... Do we put airplanes under the umbrella of space stuff? Where does that go?
So, no. So, airplanes would be a turbine engine or propeller. Basically, it needs air resistance. After a certain altitude, there's not enough air to actually like run a turbine or propeller.
Dude, I just meant it's like, do we put that under where space news goes?
No, that's different.
So what do we call airplane news?
Aviation.
Okay, where does space start from the Earth?
Again, that's a blurred line, but it's effectively like when a turbine or propeller engine stops working, and you have to add oxygen to the fuel, then you become a rocket for propulsion.
But rockets aren't into space until they're into space. So what are they not in space? We're asking too many questions.
It's like meteor, meteorite, meteoroid. Like they're all the same thing. It's just where are they?
Anyways,
and what are they doing?
Into things that fly news.
Yes, the Flappy Birds.
The longest one-stop flight has now ended. They do not do them anymore. Can you guess from where to where and how many hours?
Is it LA to Australia?
No. I can tell you right now, you're not going to guess it.
There's probably some. Is it like Moscow to Perth?
Nope. It is from the U.S.
Oh.
To not the U.S.
No shit. Is it like some air base, like
Nope.
like DC to like McMurdo or something like that?
Nope, it's a normal international airport.
Let's see what's far away. And so Chicago to Cape Town, South Africa.
No, you're getting a little closer though.
Is it Chicago?
No.
Is it Cape Town?
It's the Midwest, kind of. It's okay. So if you think of the USA in 3 sections, this airport will be in the middle section.
Is it KC?
No. You got to think bigger airport than that.
Dallas?
No. Yes. No.
DFW.
Oh,
Houston.
Houston to
Houston's a very different city.
Houston to Manchester.
UK?
Don't know. It didn't say. I'm gonna guess yes,
Manchester
but I think
is like in England.
Yep, it's going the long way around for some reason.
What the?
It's a 26-hour flight.
Why would you do that? Well, that's why. That's why they don't do it anymore. That's a stupid way to go.
Is it the long way around? Where's my phone?
Well, if it goes over the Pacific, yes.
Is that the normal time it takes to get to Manchester? Is what I'm asking.
Well, I think like New York to London is like 8 hours. So it'd be like 11, maybe?
I don't know. It might be longer than we think. 1 day and 8 hours is what it says. So yeah, this is true.
Are you walking there?
Why the fuck does it take so long is the question.
No.
Show me the map. Show me the map. I don't know how to look that up. I don't know. It must take that amount of time. It must take 26 hours. That's no stops. Or one stop? That's one stop. Does that include the stop that it's... Where does
it stop?
Where does it stop?
Nova Scotia? Like, what's on the way?
I don't know. I'm so unsure.
Like in Reykjavik?
Wish they would have had more information on the website. But yeah, apparently they don't do it anymore. It was 26 hours. That's a long fucking time. And yeah, Houston to Manchester. And they did it for 9 years. But they're not going to do it anymore.
Sure it's not like Mumbai and not Manchester?
Yeah, it said Manchester.
Okay. All right. Well.
It must take a while to get there. But think about this. They don't often just go over the ocean like we think they will.
Yeah. Well,
they go around to where they can get as much land mass coverage as they can.
Yeah, but great circle routes, like because the Earth is a ball, if you connect the two lines with the 2 points of the straight line, you actually like New York to London goes over the North Pole.
Yeah.
Or like near there. Yeah. Like near the arch.
So I'm guessing they're probably going. It takes 26 hours because they have to go.
Oh, is that if they have to go like over land?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which most flight paths are over land.
That does make sense. Like when applicable, because like it's easier to.
Yeah, it's easier to
glide into a field than it is to
you have a
hope the boats find us in the middle of the goddamn ocean.
You have a way better chance if you crash on land of getting help than if you crash in the ocean. They're never gonna fucking find you.
Yeah. There's a very famous movie about that.
That is one thing that I've noticed on my flight app is all of the like weird ass patterns they take to get, and they also try not to go over North Korea. I've noticed.
Well, I think there's a no-fly zone over North Korea.
Yeah, and that was another funny thing that I noticed is it doesn't show the North Korean flights at all.
Does North Korea have flights?
They do.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, they do because there's like sleeper agents all over the world.
Yeah, and they fly to China.
But they also fly to like Africa a lot too because they're doing like infrastructure stuff there.
They don't tell you about this.
Of course, yeah.
But they make frequent flights to China because that's how you get in for your tour as a tourist. Their planes are really old, which is kind of terrifying, but apparently they take care of them well enough that none of them have crashed that we know of.
Yes, and just like every kid has food and everyone has a car and everyone's a millionaire. Yeah,
I'm sure they've crashed them. I don't know what they're gonna do when they have to retire their fleet and can't buy anymore. I guess what they have are old Russian aircrafts.
Yeah.
So maybe Russia would make a deal with them, but I don't know. We'll see if that day ever comes, or if people get bombed before that. But yeah, so they don't do that flight anymore. I thought there was a longer flight than 26 hours somewhere, but
I thought there's actually like a New York to like Melbourne or something like that. New York to Sydney.
Yeah. How long
That's like
is that?
It's a 24-hour flight, and it's like weird because
It's only 24 hours though.
Yeah, but that flight, it's like it's designed to like okay.
Well, it also matters the stops.
Oh.
Too. That's a big difference because layovers they count that as travel time.
I thought it was like a nonstop thing. Yeah, maybe not.
I know there was one that they were doing for a while, but I think that was a special thing.
That was
where they were
like
testing,
it.
Yeah. I don't think they do them anymore. I don't think they've ever opened them up for real thing. Because I did watch a guy's video that he got invited onto one of those.
Yeah, but
because
it's like,
he was an airplane dude.
No, it's like they try to acclimate you in flight to the time change. So it's like everyone has to be like in on the thing. It's like, no, I'm tired. I'm going to go to sleep. I'm American and I'm going to do what I want to do. It's like, or you can shut the fuck up and we can all work as a team and it'll be fine when you get there. Like,
and that's probably what they would find out if they tried to do one of those.
Yeah.
Be like, you have to go to bed. And somebody would be like, no, I don't want to. It's like, why are you on this flight?
Yeah, because, well, it's...
Go take a normal flight.
The book series, The Expanse, because they're all like in spaceships, they have like time doesn't really exist in space because time is an absolute human construct and doesn't actually exist at all.
Yeah.
But people still have circadian rhythms, and so they would have like a universal time, and then they have what they call ship time. So like they go and rescue someone, and it's like, why are you guys like people are awake and doing stuff?
Yeah.
It's like I'm usually asleep by now because they had different clocks
times. That is interesting. I want to touch on this before we scoot on. There was a dude that did an experiment with himself. So he went down into a cave with no clocks or calendars or anything. And he only had like a lamp for light. So he was doing fine for the first couple weeks. He was keeping to his normal schedule. And then after the first couple of weeks, he started getting derailed and had kind of like a whatever schedule. But then as it evened out, it ended up he would be awake for like 30 some hours and sleep for 12. And that was his body's natural schedule, technically.
Yeah, I would definitely imagine like everyone has like their own.
Yeah, and I wonder
neutral.
Like we could keep to those schedules if it would be healthy or not, or if it would be actually pretty catastrophic because we're not following.
Well, it wouldn't work with capitalism because businesses have to have operate. Yeah,
I'm saying on like if you put a compound underground or something.
Yeah.
And didn't have to worry about food or working or whatnot.
Yeah, I kind of wonder like if I live long enough to retire, if I don't die in the cloud.
Yeah.
Like what. If I'm not beholden to a schedule, what would I actually end up doing?
Well, I mean, I've been doing that for a month or so there for a little bit.
Yeah, so
I did not get a lot done.
Yeah, but where did you usually exist?
On the couch.
No.
Watching anime.
Right. God damn it.
But during that time, I was also like, this is my time to be a potato. This is probably...
Yeah, but when you don't need to be awake for anything and you can just like, I'm just going to go back to bed. It's like I do that shit on the weekends.
Well, after a while, you can't anymore.
Well, yeah, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, so, and then you...
So my natural awake time was around 9. I don't know. And it was fine. It's actually... And that was the same work time. So think about this. My natural awake time is at 9.
You've been indoctrinated.
My work time previously was at 9. It was so much harder for me to get up for scheduled time rather than natural time, even though it was the same time.
There's a psychological thing there.
So I don't know what that means. That means nothing to me right now, but that is just information for you. Oh. So, but I didn't like my job either, so that really didn't help me out.
Happens.
Woo! All right, what are we doing?
Well, I'm still drinking some of this Hendrix that we've been off and on.
Oh yes, I will be drinking that too. Is
this the botanical?
Maybe
like the midsummer solstice.
I might switch, to be honest. let's pour some of this. And what are you snacking on, sir?
So we have some dried fruits. They're actually really good. I just got these at Hy-Vee. They're in like the produce section. They're on one of the end caps. They're just called crispy fruit. So we have like they're freeze dried. It's like astronaut food. So the texture is a little bit weird, but the flavor is still there. Which I would think if something's freeze dried, it's like just becomes powder.
Do you prefer a freeze dry or do you prefer a dehydrated?
I think I prefer the freeze dried. I remember back in the day, on road trips, it's either my mom or one of my brothers would always find apple chips.
Yeah.
And like to me, it's like, oh, so those do exist. That wasn't something I just fucking made up.
Yeah.
And I always thought they were kind of weird.
See, okay, here's the reason that I always thought apple chips were weird. Because they always left the skin on them.
Well, yeah, you have to identify what they are. Otherwise, those look like potato chips and you get confused.
I don't like the dried skin. I don't like that.
I think if you remove the skin of an apple, you remove like 80% of its nutritional value or something like that.
Bruh, I don't give a fuck. I'm not eating shit for its nutritional value.
What the? I guess that's why I got pills and vitamins for, I guess.
My leg. We were talking about your cramps, and now I'm getting a leg cramp. Whee! That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, we're fine. We're fine now, I guess.
And we're back.
We're fine. I don't know. I like freeze dried, and I also like dehydrated. So I don't.
I feel like the freeze dry process.
It gives it a fun texture.
Yeah, it's like well, it's the exact same process of. It's probably what it reminds me of, like cereal marshmallows before you put milk in them.
Yeah, that's the exact same.
That's why the marshmallows taste that way, because they're freeze dried.
Yeesh.
But yeah, it's astronaut food, but it's really good. Yeah, we got mangoes and we got pineapple.
I have had the ice cream, the freeze dried ice cream. Pretty dope, actually. Did like that a lot. It was interesting. It wasn't how I thought it was going to be, but it was good. Yes, and then we're drinking gin. I think we already said that.
Yes.
You can find us at the Facebooks or the Instagrams. You can also find us on patreon.com/randomroulette to donate to us because we are broke. And
if you want to really support us, you can buy our merch. We have t-shirts, we have stickers, we have pins.
Buy our merch. Wear it out on the town.
Hell, Spooky Suki will draw you a picture.
I will draw you a picture if you'd like. It might not be good, but I'll draw you pictures.
But it'll be yours.
Anything you want.
There's actually there's a company. It's called Kraken Coffee. It's like a one-man jam. He's based out of Grand Island. And every time I buy coffee from him, he always he has like a handwritten thank you note and draws a picture with it. It's great.
Oh,
yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you order shit from us, I'll draw you a picture. One and only picture. Because it'll probably be the only time I can draw it. Whatever. Anywho. So.
I think we left out. We were talking about postmodernism, I believe.
I have no idea.
Okay.
But I do know you wanted to touch on Art Deco and Art Nuevo.
Yeah, it was the thing that we kind of skipped over. We got some of the basics and we got to the modern slop and we did brutalism, but we didn't get to the Gilded Age.
That was kind of the point, but it's fine. What would you say is your favorite art era, I guess? And you can go way, way back in the way, way, way back machine if you'd like. That's fine. I know all the things.
Well, that kind of depends on the medium. Painting, Pete Mondrian, he's the guy that did
No, you can't say a specific person. It's got to be an era.
His is Cubism, but then that also is Picasso, and I just don't get Picasso.
Oh, I hate Picasso.
Dali was always kind of fun.
Oh yeah, Dali was. That's great.
I'm actually gonna go. Dang, I'm kind of stuck between the future retro, the
the 80s and.
Well, it'd be Atomic Punk, or H.R. Geiger, the biomechanical.
Oh, okay.
I guess that art style. Yeah, I think you're just. I don't know if we're in the phenom.
You're still getting a little too specific, but yeah, I will accept.
I'm on the species level. You're wanting the family or the kingdom level.
Yeah. No, I'll take future retro. I'll take that one. I'll accept that. I'll accept that answer.
I believe it was in the 40s. There was a steam locomotive model called the Mercury. And it looks like this is what the future is going to look like, but in 1999, but from the 50s.
Yeah.
And it's like sleek. It looked like Batman animated series.
Yeah.
Like that level.
And all the time when I think of future retro, I always think of like the Japanese cars of the 80s and 90s.
Oh hell yeah!
That's what I think about.
All the angles,
Yeah, all the angles, the interior designs.
Yeah, everything like digital and like neon green.
Yeah, where it's futuristic for them, not for the actual future. And I think we had briefly kind of touched on that topic when we watched Acura.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Akira.
Like,
why did I say that weird?
Acura.
Yeah,
Akira.
I was thinking of the car.
Yeah, you were halfway in between Acura, the car brand, and Akira, the Japanese pronunciation.
We had briefly touched upon that kind of topic because they had they had big future retro vibes in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I can get on board with that. Mine is actually Art Deco though. That is my favorite design.
No, there's
space.
There was a lot of like self-importance with it though, which is well, not necessarily self-importance, but like self-excellence. Like the most iconic building in Art Deco is probably the Empire State Building.
Yeah. Yep.
But it's all very like the bottom of the Empire State Building is one city block.
Yeah.
And it comes to a point at the top. It's all just like, get the fuck out of the way, I'm better than all y'all, and then you don't mean anything when you get to the end of it. Like however, like the Gilded, like very like Great Gatsby. Like no.
Think of this one thing. Okay. And once I say it, you'll be like, oh, exactly. The Hoover Dam.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Like all the towers are but no, and all like the railings and stuff. Oh shit, yeah.
The bathrooms? The plaques?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew I'd get you with that one. But
hell, even like the towers in the back. No, holy shit.
Yeah.
But is that Art Deco or is that brutalism?
No, that's Deco for sure. For sure.
The dam itself, like
I mean, yeah, the dam itself.
But like all the. But
I don't know. How do you razzmatazz a dam?
I don't know, but they kind of did though.
Yeah.
Especially that one, like you think, the giantest dam in the world, the Three Gorges Dam. It's just a giant concrete brick.
Yeah. Well, it's like the brutalism and stuff was that way for a point. Where this is that way because how the fuck else?
Well, yeah, brutalism is pure function.
Yes.
But the Art Deco has there's flourishes. There's addedness to it.
They didn't need those towers to be that cool looking.
Yeah.
But they did it anyways.
Yeah, or have like all like the eagles and stuff on it. It's like
yeah. No, I like Art Deco because it's very like geometric, but still has the fun stuff to it. It still has the details. It still has the interesting use of different mediums. Mm-hmm. So that's why I like it, I guess.
There's like there are like repeating patterns in Art Deco, especially like long lines and stuff like that. It
makes it easier to draw.
It does, but it also actually reminds me of like circuitry, like circuit boards.
Yeah, it is kind of that same. And then like you think about circuit boards with the green and the gold. Yeah. And that's a lot of that was a big color combination in the Art Deco. Even though it's not my favorite combination of the Art Deco. Because there still was a lot of use of the silver, and I think a lot of people look over that. So I think the dark green and the silver looks better than the dark green and the gold. But that's my personal opinion. You have your own. I don't give a shit. And they missed the dark blue a lot too of the Art Deco area.
Okay.
I think there's just a lot of that era that's overlooked that I think needs to make a comeback, mostly because of things we will talk about later when we get on the show. But that's mine. That's mine for sure.
Well, okay, so is Art Deco, is that purely an American thing? Because, I mean, I've only known it as like an American thing.
For the most part, but, I mean, it kind of did travel its way over.
I can imagine it, like...
Obviously not easternly, but...
Yeah, like so again, like the air of excellence that Art Deco kind of exudes. You know, it's all like, you know, the very like angular eagles, and you know, like there's like, you know, the strongman statue that's all like angled and stuff like that. Well, that was a product of like what, like the late 40s and the 50s. No, it was earlier.
Oh, you are going too late, buddy. Remember what we talked about last episode?
The shoes.
Uh-huh. And what era?
The interwar era.
No. You go back.
Oh, the
20s.
Oh,
you're missing the 20s again.
Okay.
So yeah, you imagine a flapper party. What style are you seeing?
Yeah, it's all black and gold, and you know,
it's Art Deco.
Yeah,
we're in the Deco actually did last longer than it.
I thought it lasted into the 40s.
Yeah,
at least.
Yeah, and then we get to the Nuevo after that, or is that before it? Let me think about that again. No, it's after, because then it's more. Because then we're getting into where the elements of disco are birthed from is the Nuevo era.
Oh shit! Oh.
You never had to take an art history class, did you?
No. Which I think, you know. And I'm still getting kind of lost in this, like, why aren't there like Art Deco cars?
There were. Think about it.
The cars in the 30s and 40s, you know, I think thinking like Al Capone and like, you know, Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, so you're thinking of the boxy cabs, the elongated noses, very boxy. The only thing that was kind of not stylistic of the car at the time was the very full fenders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, because at that point we're what in the 30s especially, we're like 20 years removed from the invention of the automobile. Yep. They're still thinking this is a horse-drawn carriage that just doesn't. It has a mechanical horse now.
Still very boxy cab, long nose where the engine bay is.
But again, back to like Batman the Animated Series, like that Batmobile to me, like how it's just like all the long crazy lines.
Yeah,
and you know, it has like a, you know, not to use pretentious words, but it has like a presence.
Yeah.
Where like you roll up to it, you know that this is something like impressive. Like there's not that. Like I want like 70s and 80s cars, but like that look good.
Yeah. But like you said before, they're still trying to figure out the car and what it means and what it is as an icon. Like it hadn't quite gotten into, because it was still only for the rich people. It wasn't thought about quite as a design element.
And like I'm using air quotes, sportsmen, like people who'd like tinker with it, wouldn't be able to get a hold of it because anyone who knew how to work on a car was hired by someone who's rich to work on their car.
Yeah,
like there wasn't like that subculture didn't exist yet.
Yep,
so that
exactly.
Okay,
so that's still very early in the car. Okay. It's too early in the car to be taking design notes from the things around it.
Did I jump too far with going to cars?
No. Okay. You're fine. You're absolutely fine. Because that was about all I was going to touch on for that for now.
Okay.
Because obviously we're kind of shimmying back to modernism. So yeah, we last talked about like modernism, brutalism, minimalism, mostly in architecture. Distilling stuff down to its basic use, and that's all you get is you get to use the thing.
Yeah.
No fun. And not a lot of color going on. And I actually looked a couple days after that episode, and I was like, give me examples of buildings made in this manner. And God damn, they were everywhere. But you know why we don't know about them? Because nobody gives a shit.
Oh, because they just blend into the background?
Yeah. So that was the thing that I saw is, you look at these buildings built in this style, they're just copy and paste everywhere. Because they look the same. There's no character to define them, basically. So you don't remember them because they're just a glass box. They're just a cement box.
Yeah.
And it makes it hard to remember them unless they're actually something you give a shit about, like a museum or something.
Yeah.
But most of them are just office buildings is the problem. Mm-hmm. And nobody cares. And they're everywhere.
Like downtown Lincoln. There's a couple of, well, no, but there's the Golds building, but that's very Art Deco.
Yeah.
Like it has like the whole like checkerboard tile.
Yep.
Like in floor. That's really awesome. It has all the gilding on the sides. Mm-hmm. Like it still says Golds building from, you know, like, and everyone knows it as such. It's a very different thing now. But across the street and down a little ways is the Wells Fargo building.
Oh God, I'm trying to think.
It's tan with black glass.
Oh, okay.
And it kind of has that, like as you walk into the front of it, like it's really high up top.
Yep.
So that was developed by I.M. Pei, is a famous Chinese architecture.
Okay.
Do you know why it's so high up when you walk in there?
Uh-uh.
Because if you look at it from the other side of the street, it's the state of Nebraska, and that's the Panhandle.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
So there is a way to get like art into there.
Yeah.
But no, if you look at that building like from the street level, it's it's beige concrete and black glass.
Yeah.
Like
shit. Okay, I'll have to look next time I see that. I didn't know that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like researching this, there's no singular answer onto why they moved to this, but and this isn't just for architecture. This is for all design right now.
Yeah, well,
we're getting into more all design now instead of just buildings and shit. But here is the overarching theme that I've found. It is because we're making things for the masses to cater to no one, but to not leave anyone out. We're making things now that anybody could get, or anybody should buy.
It's what's the phrasing? It's to take care of the least common denominator.
Yeah, it's
to rock the boat the least amount you can.
Yeah, it's basically for the masses.
Yeah.
To offend no one.
Which
you don't want to. Yeah. And we'll get into that a little bit more later. So now kind of what I wanted to touch on is color in general in design. Mm-hmm. So I think of color as like a sensory experience kind of. I'm trying to, how do you words a feeling? Depending on what color you're seeing, like you kind of could get an emotion from it, or you could get a feeling from it and whatnot.
It's like when you ask someone, well, what's your favorite color? And everyone says blue. It's like, well, so why blue?
Yep. So think of modern design now.
Okay. Millennial gray.
Yeah, you're not finding a lot of color.
Because, every apartment that I ever lived in had eggshell white walls.
Yep.
Because what if someone moves in here that doesn't want a red wall?
To offend no one, right?
Yeah.
To make it palatable for anyone who... But also, since we're talking about invoking emotion with color, which is a huge study and theory and big deal color theory. So why gray, do you think?
Because it's the lonely position of neutral.
No, because it
doesn't evoke
beige.
anything.
There's beige.
Oh, why gray? Oh, beige, like by nature, is warm. Like it's slightly yellow.
Yep, and it's earthy.
Yeah.
Gray is the only one that doesn't evoke emotion.
Yeah.
You get nothing from it.
Yeah.
It gives
As
you
I
nothing.
Look at 3 of the walls in this room.
Hey,
gray.
I have pink, motherfucker. I have pink. Plus, that's to go with my cool gaming setup.
Actually, yeah, like your whole thing is pink and gray.
Yeah, like if I had it all gray in here, it'd probably feel pretty.
Well, okay, but
bad.
It's again, like the millennial gray is like the most neutral, just least thought-provoking. Like even like aluminum.
Yeah.
Like by itself, yes, is gray, but also like metalwork can be its own thing, or like brushed aluminum, which is one of my favorite textures.
That's one of the most common textures with aluminum too, is brushed or burnished. Do they call it burnished anymore?
burnished is different. That's like what you do with bronze. It would have like a
What's the one where it's like they make a texture with it and then they put like a color into it? I thought that was burnished.
Brazed?
Is it brazed?
Maybe. Or enameled?
There's too many words. Anyway, trying to figure out where I did not organize my thoughts very well in this one because there was just so much. Okay, we'll move cars to more at the end because that's the next one I have. Okay. So over the past 10 to 15 years, design overall has been kind of in a death march.
Well, I think it's because everyone is trying to. I know I said this in the previous episode for this topic.
Yeah.
With the Cell Dweller song with retros, it's everyone has had too much of now. No one wants more of it. The past is what they need.
Yeah.
So it's whatever art teacher you have tutelage under. It's whatever his past is what he's going to teach you.
Yep. And we also get we're kind of at a time where everything's predictable. There's nothing new.
Yeah.
Things are sure. There's things recycled into new ideas. I'll give the people that, but it's still predictable.
Yeah.
Like
no, especially like the pedestrian fashion is on like a 30-year cycle.
Yeah.
So like I remember when I was in high school, girls would wear flared jeans that are low rise, and my mom was like, "That's what I used to wear in high school 30 years ago."
Yeah.
Like when she in the 70s.
And with social media being a thing, is you're not seeing trends go away anymore. You're not seeing them come in and come out. It's just you're seeing everything all the time. You're seeing all kinds of ways of doing clothes, doing designs.
Well, again, it comes back to where are these people like learning and getting the information from? When you have just a bunch of influencers who don't have any type of design education that are talking about design, you only get regurgitation.
Yep.
You don't get any actual influence. You don't get any direction. You don't get any new ideas.
And there's a niche out there for everything. That's why we're not getting trends coming in and out as much.
There's no grander movement.
Because somebody's always someone's always visible with the non-trendy thing.
Yeah. Well, and in any case of, it's like, the problem with the millennials, they're just perpetual teenagers. I'll attest to that because I am too. Where, no, I don't want to do what the man wants to do. I want to be my own thing. And so, there's no cohesion because everyone's trying to be individual.
Kind of. I don't know. I feel like we're getting more of a mixed bag of people, too, is the other thing. We're getting people like us that want to hang out and to wear skinny jeans for dear fucking life. And you're just getting people my age and your age who are like, yeah, I'm going to go with this revamp of 2K, 2000K, 20, what? Y2K? There we go. I was like, what's the fucking thing? I'm going to take all this Y2K stuff back again. So I feel like people aren't as moved by trends and everything's visible, where previously for fashion, at least, you would get your what to wear for this season from a magazine.
Oh, yeah.
You wouldn't get it. You don't have it all. Like now you have it on demand 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Any fashion thing you want to think about, you can find it out there. So and it's just recycled stuff. I mean, it's always been recycled, though. That's the hard thing.
Yeah, but there's been, spins on it.
Like, we're not getting big movements anymore, like the movement of women look good in pants. We're not getting big things anymore. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, women wearing pants was great. That's fine. But before that, it was, women can't wear dresses above the knee. And before that, it was women can't wear And this is the same for dudes, too. Dudes have their own set.
When we bring back women in dresses over jeans.
So, like, there's been separate men's movements that are similar, obviously, because it was dudes can't go out in a t-shirt like we were talking about in our t-shirt program.
Yeah. So it's basically is wearing underwear.
Yeah. So there's been these fashion movements throughout time. We have nothing now. We have, there's no next big move for us. Is the thing.
I know where it's coming from. And it does deal with a lot of like everything being too connected.
Yeah.
And there's also not really like a barrier to entry for these things. And I'll also go into there's an AI factor. Yeah. So what's happening is...
I also have the AI factor in here.
Is there's no new input. And that's why nothing can develop.
Yeah.
It's the same things over and over again.
Yes.
It's not like... It's not like an exploding star where you have a bunch of small things, it all comes together, it explodes, and you get a bunch of new stuff.
Uh-huh.
It's a blender.
Yeah.
It's you take your bananas, your ice cream, your milk, and it becomes only one thing.
Yeah. And that's another thing that I have noted down is like we've even like beaten classics to death, basically, is where we're at now. So even like the normal I'm going to use an example of stuff that I look at all the time. But the classic blazer.
Are you talking a truck or are you talking a shirt? Jacket.
Jacket.
Okay. The classic blazer, like a K10 or
no. The jacket. Okay. God damn it. We've beaten the classic blazer down to death. So much that I've bought one nice black blazer and I probably won't buy another black blazer again because I cannot give a shit about whatever crazy cutout hole they put in the side or whatever anymore. I don't care. I don't know. Anyway, we can probably move the fuck on from that.
Did you say you want to touch on cars?
I do. Okay. We can touch on cars now if you want.
Okay.
So I was looking at specifically car colors. We can also talk about car design.
There's only 4 car colors.
Yeah.
Black, white, red, and blue.
Yep.
5 silver.
80% of cars are gray in the grayscale.
Yeah.
The other 2 colors are blue and red.
Yeah.
And we weren't always that way.
No, long gone are my 91 green Escort. That was fucking awesome. Long gone is your 94 Probe. That was purple.
Civic green, man. That dark green was beautiful.
Well, even for how dumb as they were, Terminator's yellow Chevys.
Yeah. Yeah. So what the fuck?
Again, it's the least common denominator.
Yeah.
We talked about this the last time, where there's a car YouTuber that I know. It's like, I was going to buy my dream car, but then it would lose value. It's like, why do you give a shit that it's losing value? This is what you want.
Because now instead of treating cars as happy additions to the family, we're treating cars as a commodity.
Well, no, it's worse than that. It's
messed up.
This guy is worried about selling his dream car.
Yeah.
So what are you aiming for then? Like, what's the purpose?
Yeah, but okay. So think about it this way as well. If you offer your car in 5 colors, you only have to offer your parts in those colors, which makes it easier to make a shit ton of them.
There's not a whole lot of vehicles that use interchangeable body panels. I mean, there are like interior accents. No, because then we get the glory of the 90s where you have a white car with a red interior.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. I miss that, too.
No, and like Ford did a few. I think they had a green for a while in like the Explorer, but like even like interior colors were kind of fun. Like you had a red or you had a blue.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have black.
Shit, they even had green in the 90s. They had green interior.
Yeah.
But now, also think about the feel of your interiors now. It's not
it's
good.
It's all injection molded plastic.
It's all plasticky bullshit. You don't get good cloth anymore. You get the weird feeling mesh cloth seats.
Yeah.
Or you get faux plastic leather that's just sad and emotionless and not warm, touchy feeling like real leather is. But, so that's also a problem. But we're also falling under the thing, of capitalism. Make things as cheaply as possible and sell them for as much as you can.
Don't rock the boat. We got to get everyone to buy this thing. Yeah. Even the people who don't want it or don't need it.
You can't make red interior because only a certain number of people are going to buy it, basically.
So what would you call this era then? Because like in the late 70s and early 80s, it was the malaise era, especially automotively, where everything was like brown and like velvety.
Yeah.
But this, I don't know. I feel like there's got to be a negative adjective to describe.
Yeah, I got
as
it.
a whole.
Yeah, I got it for you. You ready? Stalemate. We're at a stalemate in design. We're either going to have to turn our ass around and start doing stuff better, or we're just going to drive design directly into the ground, and it'll be dead. So we're on a stalemate. That's what I'm calling it. Anyways, I still have more shit to talk about. Okay, so I guess we kind of touched on this too, but I kind of put in as a topic as censorship as well. We censor the fun things by the fun and the colorful things by saying that they're like either not going to last.
Oh, yeah. You can't have something brightly colored that's going to fade.
Or they say like it's not,
or bold patterns, you can't wear that everywhere.
Yeah, it's not sustainable. You can't do small fun business stuff. You can't do that. That's too childish. That's like that's not the mature thing. You got to have your fucking gray and sadness instead.
Yeah, God.
So
we're literally marketing sadness. God, this sucks.
Yeah. Also, think about this, because this is actually a bigger part of this, which is when we can get into the other thing that we kind of touched on. Tech-centric. Everything revolves around technology.
Do you remember?
Means a lot of black screens.
Well, no. Okay, do you remember Windows XP?
Yeah.
How it was all blue and green.
Yeah.
And if you really wanted to, you can also change like those colors. And it could be more.
Well, even the Windows logo back then.
Yeah.
The window pane.
It had movement. It had depth. It had perspective.
The window panes were the different colors that you just see as squares now. Yeah. It had the trailing. I said they were flames all the time. The trailing black squiggles.
Yeah.
I said they were flames.
No, there were flames.
Yeah. So even that is died.
Well, I'd live in computers, and all of the corporate bullshit is just it's getting difficult to the point where I'm not quite sure which program I'm in. Oh. Like it used to be you can tell like which Windows or which programs were Windows programs because they had a certain look to them.
Yeah.
Adobe had a certain look to them.
Yeah.
Hell, even like certain media players, you can kind of tell which one people were using because they had a certain look to them.
Yeah.
Everything is now like the fucking same.
Yeah.
It's like
Square. That's another thing that I found while researching the colors. So I'll get to this now.
We got rid of all the rounded edges.
Yeah. So the Science Museum in the
UK.
Oh, sorry. This is going to be a long episode. Sorry.
No, this one's interesting. I like this one.
So the Science Museum in the UK did a study of objects that it had throughout the eras. 7,000 objects they took pictures of, and they ran it through a program that they built. So it took the colors. I've got to say colors because analyzed the whole image.
Okay.
So it took the colors from said object picture and the shape. Can you guess what shape has dominated from, I think it was from like the 1800s all the way up till 2020?
Okay, is this painting? Is this architecture? What is this?
These are products.
Products.
So like it took things from like a game box to an alarm clock to old cameras to new cameras to this, that, and the other. Can you guess what has happened to the shape of things over the years?
So have the edges got harder?
We've gotten to boxes. That is where we've got. We have moved to boxes and we have moved to gray. They said 80% of the modern era objects were charcoal gray. Charcoal gray. They said a lot of the color, they mentioned that a lot of the color shift though from like pre-tech era to now likely changed from like the brown and earthy tones to are now blacks. Because the transition from using wood for things to plastic. So we don't use wood for shit anymore. That's why we lost a lot of our browns and yellows and oranges probably.
Yeah, no.
So the shift from wood stuffs to plastic stuffs was a big deal in that. But they did say there was a spike during the 80s and 90s where things were so fucking saturated with color.
Say, like, the 90s, that was the whole thing. That's Lisa Frank.
that was the spike. That was the spike in color.
No, everyone. Well, not everyone, because Lisa Frank was only for girls. All the girls had the rainbow unicorn.
Yeah, that game. Those things were like looking at shit on LSD. I swear to God.
It's like, thinking back to like a Lisa Frank notebook, it's like they didn't have AI back then. But that's what it looks like now.
That was one very high lady, I would say.
Okay, next time.
I mean, we
can put her on.
We can put Lisa Frank on the list. I also want to put Anna Sui on the list, but we'll get to that. Okay. Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh, the tech-centric.
Yeah. Everything's square and gray and designed to suck the life out of you.
Insertion of tech into our world, I think, is probably not such a good thing these days.
Well, and it's weird because a lot of things that do have color associated with them, like, aren't necessarily like mainstream. Like the Steam UI, how it's all like blue and gradiated, or how you can kind of say Discord and how there's like purple in there.
But think about who those are for.
Well, yeah, they're for gamers. They exist in color because
yes, and colorful. That's why they can do that. Where everything else is made for. This is another notation that I've put down. Everything's for Tom, Dick, and Harry, for anyone. And that's another issue that we have in the design space in general, is anybody and their cat is designing stuff all willy-nilly, like somebody with their goddamn Cybertruck.
So...
I could rant about all this stuff for hours.
I do have a point in brewing.
Okay.
So right now I'm learning a new position at work.
Yes.
And I'm using different programs that I've used before.
Yes.
And what I do is a very specific like series of steps. It's like and it's a flow. You do this, you do this, you do this.
Yep.
Like if I look away for like half a second and I have to have like answer a question for someone or have a conversation or someone walks by and is like, hey, yeah, how's the football game?
Yeah.
And then I come back, there are absolutely no indications of where I was or what I was doing.
Yeah.
Because the feedback is also gone.
Yeah.
Like where you click something and it flashes.
Yeah.
Or or there's a sound or something like that. Like there's no, not necessarily interactivity, but yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Yeah.
Everyone's phone's on silent.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I actually turned mine off from silent sometimes.
But do you remember in the early 2000s when you had my mom still does it. She has a ringtone for each one of her kids.
Yeah. I mean, I did buy a ringtone.
Yeah.
What do I have right now? I have Reptilia by the Strokes as my ringer. That's why I take mine off sometimes. I want to hear it. But I get more spam calls than I do normal calls.
Yeah. And that's why everyone's phone's on silent.
Yeah. And specifically, from my personal experience too, so fun. People don't want to hire a designer, an actual designer that knows what the fuck's up, because their cousin knows how to use word art or something and will make their logo for them.
I used Photoshop in high school. I know what I'm doing.
And that's another problem, is because people don't want to pay for designers either, which I think is another part of the bigger picture, which is now going to be even more an issue with the rise of AI art and stuff. And there is a big deal right now where there was someone put in an AI prompt to make it look like Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
And that is unfucking acceptable on all levels. And they're suing them, of course, as they should.
Yeah.
Because that's like...
in the same way, you can get Toriyama-style art. Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Like, that style of anime is very, very distinct. And, I mean, Dragon Ball Z was the only thing that Toriyama did. But all the Dragon Quest games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, even the things that are interesting, again, will be thrown into the blender.
Yeah. So we're coming into a new resurgence of this is going to be an issue.
Yeah.
It has been an ongoing issue, even for me, just personally. In my professional life, it's been an issue. And I can't imagine how it's going to be now because of that. So somebody the other day was like, hey, you should, just to practice your Japanese, you should talk to an AI thing or whatever. Have fake conversations with an AI for Japanese. And I'm like, I will not use AI for anything. I won't do it. I just won't. And they're like, oh, it's the future. Get off your moral high horse or whatever. And I'm like, it's not really a moral thing for me. It's just, it's not a thing to use for me. Like, it's not for me at all in any aspect.
There's a, probably not well known, but there's someone asked, I think maybe it was ChatGPT, and it was write a poem about what you are, and what it spat out was like, I am the god that you have carved out of the wood of your own hunger.
No.
No, and it was like, dude, that's, oh my God, like, what does it actually think? It's just spitting out words.
Yeah, it's just...
None of those words together mean anything.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, it's the AI is the future or whatever and whatnot. It's like, sure, maybe it may be the future for people.
It is the galactic beige.
But it's not my future. I'm not going to use it in the future. There is no use that I can picture for myself using that. Because I'm not going to use that for my art. Ever. Never, ever. I'm not going to use it for my music. Because that's a dumb shit thing to do anyways. Because then they own part of your music.
Yeah.
I'm not going to use it. Like, there's no realm of use for me. So while it may be the future for some people. And for some dumb shits. It's not my future. I'm not going to use it in the future. Like, I can't think of a use for it.
No.
But it is stealing shit from people that do put in the work. And that really sucks for the people that actually, like, give a shit about their art and whatnot. I kind of just do it for the lulz. But that's somebody's livelihood, though. That's somebody's, like, personal form that this thing is stealing. And people are like, oh, AI artists are artists too. And it's like, no, they're not. Because if they were actual artists,
They would develop.
They would do
skill.
it themselves. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
putting in a prompt takes no skill.
Putting in a prompt is brainstorming.
Yeah.
And that's all that it should be. The creation from there, like again, write me a poem about who you are.
Yeah.
It can put a bunch of words together.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean anything. Like the writer's thoughts and the writer's experiences that come through, that is what means something.
Yeah.
And you can get hung up on individual words, I guess, but
yeah, and we're gonna see, because this is part of my stalemate thing.
I think this is
and that
this is kind of like the culmination of
yeah. So if we're going to say as people that using AI to make things is okay, then we're getting more to the death side than the revolution side. And we need the revolution side is what we need. So, I don't know. It'll depend. I think we'll see in the next couple of years what's going to happen with that. It's probably going to be pretty messy. This case with Studio Ghibli, I think, is going to set the tone for what's going to happen. So we'll keep you updated on that.
What someone actually needs to do is fuck with Disney.
Yeah, that is the way to do it.
You can't beat the mouse like that. Okay,
that's like a prolific thing.
I actually understand now why they're making all these live action remakes. Is because the copyrights for all these and why they're doing it in the order of release, like why Cinderella came out, why Beauty and the Beast came out, because the copyrights are running out.
Yeah,
where if they make a new IP with this,
yeah.
they own the copyright for the next 50, 100 years, whatever the hell.
70. I think it's 70 years.
Yeah.
For copyright.
So if someone can here's old Disney stuff that I created and now I'm going to make money off of it.
Yeah.
No, the mouse never loses.
Ooh.
So here's an idea.
That's spicy. I love that. That's spicy. I hope they fucking get it done though. Oh yeah, another point I wanted to touch on is the lack of emotional intelligence with our stalemate era.
Yeah. Well, no, that's actually kind of sad. I heard, back in college, maybe high school around this, something like that, a quote. It was, of course, teenagers are full of themselves. Every single teenager ever thinks they invented rebellion, sex, and fashion.
Yeah.
It's like, no, every teenager does that.
Yeah.
But like,
well, that's like I think it's freaking hilarious too. The thing of, that people like to spout now is, young people, they don't want to work or whatever. They don't want to. That's a story as old as time.
Yeah. It goes back. No, it goes back to like, I think like, actually it's just like Roman text or something like that.
Yeah.
Like this previous generation doesn't fight. Like,
yeah, like it goes back as much as people go. So what is it really? So what do you think is behind that? I'll tell you what I think is behind it.
There's a waltz of war, peace, and revolution. And we've been in peace for quite a while.
No, it's the previous generations were like, I worked hard and yada yada, and these kids aren't working hard because they're not working hard because in the way that I want them to.
In the way that I want them to.
Yes,
that's the key.
That's the key. Is they're not doing it the way I want them to. They're not doing it the way I did it. They should have to suffer the way that I did, basically.
I thought the goal of having kids was like to make the world a better place.
Yeah, I mean that's what people say and whatnot, but it's totally not true. Because if you heard the thing of like, I go to war so my son can raise a family or something, and he's like, the next one is like, I raise my family. No, I think it was like a work camp or something. Never mind. Not as warm and fuzzy as a family, but it was, I go to war so my son can go to work camp. The son goes to work camp so his son can go to art school. He goes to art school so his son can do some other thing that he wants to do. I mean, this was an old one, so I'm going to make it modern.
Yeah.
I go to art school and make money at doing art so my son can be a gaming streamer or whatever. So it's like, that's how it's supposed to work. But a lot of people forget about that. Like, we're supposed to be making things better for the next peoples. But we don't really do that in practice.
No.
Which is a bummer. Yeah, I mean, it sucks. The stalemate sucks for design, for a designer, for anyone who likes fun things. It kind of sucks. But the good news is there will always be people out there fighting for the revolution standpoint instead of the let it die standpoint. So there will always be people like us who think that that's bullshit. And we shouldn't let the good things die. So there will always be people fighting against it, which is good. But there will always be people fighting on the other side as well. So it's rough. And I'm sure it's also a tale as old as time. So I don't know if it's ever going to get any better. But we can do our best.
Okay. I have one more thing and then I'll let you close up.
Okay, fine.
So I took this poetry class in college. It was like the only class that I actually went to.
Yeah, I think I still have your books.
Yeah. And our final project was like it was a manuscript of all that we did. I put a bunch of my shit on MySpace, and then when MySpace got sold, it all got deleted. So I have no clue of what any of that stuff was. The other hard drive that I had fried, so it's all lost. But I do remember that the title of that manuscript was a quote that my poetry professor said was, "Well, there is hope."
Yes.
And so, like, it wasn't like a great time for me. But like I found this one class that I could go to a bunch. And so my final manuscript was titled, "Well, there is hope."
Yep.
One of my favorite comics of all time is the first panel is like it's a scientist, and he's looking into like a telescope, and he sees like a giant meteor, and he goes to his colleague, is like, "Oh no, get the president on the line." Like, president holds a press conference, and then goes like the local news, and then it's like people in the street like panicking, and then the second to last panel is this little girl, and she grabs a bat and walks out the door. And the final panel is her sitting on a cliff, the meteor coming in, and her at the ready with the bat.
Yeah.
So, whatever the fucking circumstances is, sometimes you just got to grab the bat. Are you going to win? No. Doesn't mean the fight isn't worth it, though.
Do your best. Oh, God, that reminds me. We were talking about the kids in the AIs and stuff. There's kids calling other kids out for using it for like school projects and shit. So it's starting.
They're still there.
There is hope.
Kids are gonna be all right.
There is hope. Maybe we'll be all right. Maybe we'll make it through. I don't know. It's gonna suck in the meantime, though.
Of course it will.
But yeah, there is your overanalyzation of
design
stuff, I guess. I don't know. I didn't really have a certain aim or goal for this a couple episodes, but I knew it was going to take 2. Probably should have taken 3, but it's fine.
3.
But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my overanalyzing. I probably missed a bunch of shit, so don't call me out for that, because I know I missed a bunch of shit. But I wanted to get the basics kind of down and talk about the main points of today. But I feel like we needed background, so that's why we had the previous episode of this title. So hopefully you enjoyed that. If you didn't, I guess go yell about it somewhere.
Oh, no, come talk to us. We'd love to discuss this more with other people. That'd be great.
If they didn't like it?
Yeah.
I guess. I'll listen to you. I'll hear you out at least. I'll give you an ear for a while about it. But yeah, and if you want to talk about it in the IRL world, that's fine too. I've always got shit to say, I guess. See, that's the problem I think I have. Is like I always have a lot of shit to talk about, but I forget to talk about it because I'm so busy listening to everybody else. So if you see me out and about and you want to talk about something, Just pry it out of me. It's fine. I'll talk about it. It just might take me a little bit to get there because I don't want to, like, talk too much, I guess. I don't know.
No, stand your ground. Grab the bat. Go to war. Why not?
Yeah, but I talk too much sometimes, too.
That is absolutely bullshit thinking. And you need to throw that the hell away.
No, because sometimes I'm like...
You know who talks too much? I do.
I sure
do. This is your standard for
talking
There's
a few people I can think about right off the top of my head. No, I'm just kidding. You guys are fun. Anyways, yes, mean joke. And my top...
The waveforms there are so big.
Look at them. I forgot about my top tip, too. My top tip this time is kind of along those lines, actually, so it works out. If you have imposter syndrome, if you feel like you're an imposter out there, just think that everybody else is, too. And that goes away pretty quickly. So, don't worry what other people will think out there, because most of the time, people do not think.
No, they also don't know what the fuck they're doing either.
And my funny bit is, we're going to call it a funny bit now, because mine's not really like a joke either. So, in World War I...
This is not funny.
But it is.
Okay.
In World War I, the Germans decided to paint one of their ships like the RMS Carmania, and when they put it out and about, guess who they ran into first?
Was it the RMS Carmania?
Yep, and they were immediately sunk.
Best laid intentions of mice and men.
Anyways, from our lovely spaceport to your home port, we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.